Nimbula medangu nimilote na isorotumboa na makia umenarua kinaona na bekabi moniti kina bakarombuka rongo mena biasama kina bibaga baro takini ndreko malolo ena radio Fiji 1 na wongani piano ngai na makia kina
जहाँ हो प्यार का बसेरा और रिश्तों की खुशबू वो है आपका अपना घर संसार. Join me on घर संसार Monday to Friday 9 AM till 12 PM only on Radio Fiji 2.
On FBC News tonight, water crisis in the sugar city. Truck driver in critical condition following road accident. And pensioners want more money. Good evening and welcome to FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. People in Lautoka have been without proper water supply for 4 days now. The situation worsening for residents each day. The Water Authority of Fiji says water supply is expected to be restored for the whole of Lautoka starting from tomorrow morning. Christopher Chand reports.
This is the main pipe on the Wunderbeck Road, which supplies water to Lautoka. The problem has existed since Wednesday, taking days to fix. But the authority is now able to give a time frame as to when supply will resume.
It's not a small pipe repair. It's the biggest pipe that's coming from Nangando. The word from the field is they almost completed the repairs. And hopefully by early tomorrow morning, the people of Lautoka should start receiving water through their taps. Fingers crossed, that is.
And I think it will be easy for the Water Authority of Fiji if they can come up with the honest answers. And rather than people calling us, and most of the time when you're calling Water Authority of Fiji, they're not picking up the phone, and that makes people more frustrated.
The water crisis has had a significant impact on residents. On Thursday and Friday, schools were closed. People desperate for water are queuing up at places like the botanical gardens.
Water, as everybody knows, water is basic life necessity. And if we don't have power, we can still have our normal living. But since water is not there, especially the children, the young kids, the babies.
I'm coming down here to do some refilling for even though I've got water tank at home, but that water tank from when the time they disconnect the water, thing finish.
While water trucks have been carting to most areas, some claim they have not received assistance and have been forced to look for water on their own.
Yeah, we have to hire one truck or van or somebody to get the water from far away. Sometimes we have to go to the bridges to wash our clothes.
While the water woes may be solved by tomorrow, people in Lautoka are frustrated on why it has taken so many days to fix. Christopher Chand, FBC News.
The driver of a 10-wheeler truck is believed to be in a critical condition following an accident between Samambula and Nambua outside Suva today. Witnesses at the scene told FBC News the driver of Kilavata carriers smashed into the rear end of another truck, crushing him in the process. Police say the brakes are alleged to have failed, but investigations will reveal more. Witnesses say the truck drivers were speeding around a bend when the accident happened. FBC News arrived on the scene to find the truck smashed and the inside stained with blood. The driver had already been rushed to hospital. The high cost of living has been identified yet again as one of the major problems faced by pensioners living in Fiji. This was one of the highlights at the Fiji Pensioners Association Annual General Meeting in Suva today. Ritika Pratap was at the AGM.
The civil pensioners received a 20% increase to their pension this year. However, many present here believe this is not enough to cater for their day-to-day needs.
You know, the cost of living is going up and up every month, every year. And our pension is stagnant. Because when we buy things from the shop, for those who are working, they earn good money, we pay the same thing.
You know, this Provident Fund, it's out of date. They're using the people's money to make money. and what they get, the people get nothing. Now I'm the people complaining. But I was lucky. I opted to take the government pension.
The association has a little over 200 members throughout the country, and other proposals are made to better the conditions for pensioners.
What I'm concerned is their safety at the moment, and of course we are happy that the government of the day has given the civil pensioners some increase, and we are looking forward to some increase maybe in this coming budget.
Deputy Commissioner of Police Ravi Narayan, who was the chief guest at the AGM, says the force continues to salute the hard work put in by pensioners in building Fiji to where it is today.
Elders that have contributed to the nation building, elders, those who have contributed to the building of our younger generation who are in the Fiji Police Force today, who are in government service, who are in public service. We value and honor your teachings and the moral values that you have put inside us.
Under the new social pension scheme, about 9,000 Fijians over the age of 70 are receiving $30 a month. Ritika Pratap, FBC News.
Fiji's economic growth for this year has been revised from 2.7% to 3.2%. Reserve Bank Governor Barry Whiteside says if achieved, this will be the highest since 2004. Whiteside says the revised growth projection reflects the growing sense of optimism in the economy, with better than expected performance in the wholesale and retail trade, communications, construction and the transport and storage sectors. He says the new projection mirrors the increased investment by the private sector, statutory corporations and government, which estimates at 28% GDP for this year. Dealing with crime is the responsibility of all members of the community and not only the police. The message was relayed to hundreds of people who gathered at the Sakuna Park in Suva today by the Chief Justice Anthony Gates at the launching of the Duavata Outreach Program. Epeli Tukuasa reports.
The Duavata Community Outreach Program is an initiative by police to encourage community partnership in the fight against crime.
Members of the public cooperate with the police and provide information and evidence. Some do so bravely.
Chief Justice Anthony Gates says the public must always come forward and cooperate and help to reduce crime in our communities. He says without tip-off to police, it will be hard to catch perpetrators.
Some people wash their hands of crime. They say that is the job for the police to do, whilst the rest of us can sit back and do nothing. We expect the police to solve crime.
The Wheelbarrow Boys of Suva have greatly supported the initiative and are willing to work with the police.
We, the Wheelbarrow Boys, have this logo on our ID that shows that we are working closely with police. We are their eyes and ears in combating crimes in the market and the city of Suva.
The main goal of the Duavata policing program is to have our communities safe by maintaining law and order. Epeli Tuguasa, FBC News.
The inaugural Melanesian Spearhead Group Investment Roadshow and Trade Fair began at the Sheraton Resort in Nandi today. In opening the roadshow, Fijian President Ratu Epeli Nailatikau says it's another important moment of regional cooperation and collaboration.
Trade Fair is an unprecedented gathering of representatives from our own country's private sectors and governments, meeting to identify and address opportunities to develop and strengthen relationships, to highlight trade barriers and propose practical solutions.
The Trade and Investment Seminar moves to Papua New Guinea next year. Meanwhile, Fiji will host the very first meeting of the Pacific Islands Development Forum on Monday. Coming up, authorities team up for road safety.
Isambol binaka, na dango wadi soni dalai, na makio mani wasini ngono borota kina lali ne kabi, mai na tolu kina bitu, ena moni dingina por rombuka, ena Bula FM, na bandu ena serre.
Bula, I'm Wame. Join me every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on The Center Show with classic hits from the 70s as well as the 80s right here on Gold FM.
Welcome back. A man is dead after he failed to surface during a diving expedition on Thursday afternoon. The 37-year-old, along with two other employees of a seafood company, were diving off the Yandua waters when the incident happened. It is alleged the deceased was supposed to decompress at intervals at a depth of 40 meters but failed to do so. A post-mortem will be conducted later. Authorities have now taken a stand against vehicles that do not comply with safety rules and regulations. This is in light of the recent spate of fires involving public vehicles. Epeli Tukuwasa reports that a 3-day joint operation is now underway by the Fiji Police Force, the Land Transport Authority and the National Fire Authority.
In this operation, authorities inspect vehicles at various spots between Suva and Nausuri to check whether they comply with safety rules.
Some of the vehicles that are traveling, we believe that we suspect if they are at risk of involving accidents or motor vehicle fire.
It has been found that most fire incidents in Fiji are caused by non-compliance of safety regulations. Public vehicles are the main target of this operation, especially buses.
Like non-compliance on fire extinguisher requirement, extra wiring, extra fittings, that is dangerous. So definitely the drivers will be penalized for that.
Authorities are now working on proactive measures to minimize fire incidents on our roads, and vehicle owners have been urged to come on board. Epeli Tukuwasa, FBC News.
Fijians living abroad will have to pay about $3,500 to be re-registered as Fiji citizens. The Attorney General Ayas Syed Qayyum says they have received some queries as to why Fiji was charging this amount. Syed Qayyum adds that they have incorporated some changes to ensure that control measures are in place.
There has to be a certain level of, commitment to be a Fijian again. There are many Fijians who become, who are convicts, end up in US prisons and whatever it may be. We don't want the refresh. So there needs to be a certain level of quality control, if you like, and a certain level of commitment.
The Commissioner Eastern's office has remodeled its approach to community development in the division, and it's not deterred by the long-standing issue of inadequate shipping services.
The Commissioner Eastern's office has completed all development projects planned for the first quarter of 2013. The rest is underway.
Because of the challenge that we face, most of our projects has been delayed because of the shipping issues.
The modified approach is reflected in the way government department ministries are organizing programs under the guidance of the Commissioner Eastern's office. For example, the Agriculture Ministry has been organizing special sports events for men and women.
They have to plant our commodities, and this includes for a rugby player, they have to plant 50 yam plots, and for the ladies they have to plant pandanus, 50 pandanus and 50 coconut seedlings, and they have to produce 2 to 5 liters virgin coconut oil.
Another arm of government has been bringing together the public and private sectors to link with resource owners.
The new approach is the bottom-up approach that we want, where the people initiate their own projects.
All these development plans can't be effectively delivered if the distribution of funds are not properly planned.
All these programs have different methodology in order to apply for them.
Colonel Netani Rika says all that's been achieved wouldn't have been possible if all relevant government weren't under one roof.
It's a one-stop shop to make the service easier.
The Commissioner Eastern's office is now planning development projects for the third quarter. Nikolonga, FBC News.
No quorum for FRU's special general meeting. That's coming up after the break.
I wake up in the morning, I prefer to go down to the gym, get a bit of physical work done. Also, later on in the day, I decide to go through for meditation. I do a bit of reading to find out what the latest songs are, a bit of research. And for me, it's all about the listeners.
Hey, what's up? I'm Rio, and this is the Traffic Jam every weekday from 3 o'clock to 7, only on Today FM. Today's hit music. What's up?
सूरज की पहली किरण के साथ दिन की शुरुआत कीजिए। सुबह का मंगल प्रभात आपको शुभ हो। सुबह सुबह हो खुशियों का मेला, ना लोगों की परवाह ना दुनिया का झमेला, पंछियों का संगीत हो और मौसम अलबेला। मुबारक हो आपको ये खूबसूरत सवेरा। हर सोमवार से लेकर शुक्रवार तक सुबह 6 से लेकर 9 बजे तक शामिल रहें रेडियो फिजी 2 पर हम सफर में रविंद्र सिंह के साथ।
Welcome to FBC Sports. The Fiji Rugby Union Special General Meeting did not eventuate today after officials were unable to form quorum at the Fiji Golf Club in Watuanga in Suva. Officials needed 40 members, but only 38 turned up for the meet, with Suva, Rewa and Northland being the only rugby unions not represented. Despite a poor turnout, some decisions were made today with regard to Tailevu's Digicel Cup protest against Namosi on player eligibility and Nandronga's appeal on points deductions. An independent body will now deal with both matters. This new body will be neutral to all parties and separate from the FRU Games Committee. Also decided today that the promotion-relegation match venue will be played in Vanuatu as proposed by Maduwata Rugby Union officials. Celebrations will definitely be in Nassova tonight after the police rugby team dethroned Navy to win the Escort Shield Final 2012 and break a 15-year drought at the ANZ Stadium in Suva this afternoon. Police were dominant from the first whistle to lead Navy 14-12, then keep the former champions scoreless in an even stronger second half. Police have not won the Escort Shield in 15 years and have only managed to reach the semi-final stages in recent time. It was all celebrations last night for Suva Rugby, marking 100 years of existence. Rugby greats, players current and former, along with administrators came together at the Novotel Lamy to ensure that no matter what the competition is, rugby remains winner at the end of the day. Shelvin Chand reports.
Suva Rugby has seen many great players go through its ranks. The yesteryears was about pride and commitment. The same dedication was asked of players last night.
So this statement sums up the total dedication and devotion past players had for their country, Fiji. The game was an amateur state and there was no personal gain in terms of allowances, training and playing gears and no contracts. Can you therefore truly give it your all for Suva?
Suva's strive to create professionalism in rugby was also applauded.
As a former president of Suva Rugby and president of Fiji Rugby, I am well aware of the difficulties you face as a rugby union. Our national body is not without its share of difficulties, but I stand here this evening to pay tribute to a union that is the oldest in Fiji and works diligently to create a center of rugby professionalism and performance excellence.
All sports in the country need sponsors, and this is what sponsors of Suva Rugby had to say.
And that's what life is all about. Life is about winning. If you win, a lot of people want to know you.
Suva Rugby, with a successful end to its centennial celebrations, is now hoping to put the icing on the cake by winning the Digicel Cup and successfully defending the Fairbrother Cup. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
The Queen Victoria Under-18 rugby team is still in the running to defend the Coke Zero Deans title. They defeated Assemblies of God 21-8 at Prince Charles Park in Nandi today and will face Ratunavula in the final in 2 weeks' time. Ratunavula beat Ratu Kandavulevu 13-12 in the first semi-final. In other results, Natambua High School will face QVS in the Under-14 final. QVS has made 3 grade finals, while in the Under-19s, RKS will meet Morris Brothers High School. The BSP Oceania Hobie Cat Championship got underway this morning at the Uprising Resort in Pacific Harbour, with world champion Aaron Worrell stamping his authority. Fiji, currently standing third, say they will improve their form and surprise the big guns. Shelvin Chand has more.
Fiji finished third, just 2 seconds behind the Brazilians. Graham Southwick says there is a long way to go.
First race was won by Aaron Worrell, he's the world champion, and second was the top Brazilian. I came in third, and then behind that there was a bunch of Fiji guys and some of the Australians a little further back, but yep, all going well.
It was a slow start with not enough wind, but then it picked up just enough to have 2 races.
This is the end of racing today because the wind has swung around considerably and the course is now not online, and we'd have to relay the course, so we decided we'll do all that in the morning and have a good day tomorrow.
Current leader and three-time world champion, Australian Aaron Worrell, is looking forward to the coming week.
Oh yeah, we've got 4 days of racing around the buoys here, and then sailing up towards Lulavia Island, which is like a 4 or 5 day marathon. So yeah, it's really going to be good, especially if the weather stays like this, it'll be just brilliant.
The Oceania Hobby Cat Championship will provide a good build-up for Fiji sailors as they head to the Pacific Mini Games next month. Shalvin Chan, FBC Sports.
Young Suva boxer Krishna Mudliar is hoping to make the most of his fight in Australia at the end of the month. He hails from Nanuku settlement in Watuanga and is hoping to make an impact in Australia, not only for himself, but for all boxers in the country. Shalvin Chand reports.
Krishna Mudliar was a happy man after the Boxing Commission of Fiji decided to help him and endorse him for his fight.
I'm looking forward for the fight now. We've been training hard for a long time. And we are really thankful to Major Kafua. We just received the contract about 2 days ago, so we handed over the contract to Major Kafua. He's willing to help us a lot.
The boxer faces Rick Dulay, an opponent Mudliar is unaware of, but is quietly confident.
I don't know much about him, but I heard he's a really tough opponent. But we have prepared well for it.
The boxers and their management had a meeting with the Boxing Commission today, and looks like everybody came out smiling.
Let's not break the rules. Let's get into a habit of following the rules, because this is why the government of the day set up the Boxing Commission, so that we clean up all the dirty ends. We will not stop them from going overseas and fighting in homebush. Just follow the rules, please. And that's a message to all the other boxers.
The two boxers will get a chance to make a name for themselves on August 30th at the Olympic Park Arena in Australia. Shalvin Chand, FBC Sports.
Apart from the Western Division, Fiji experienced some fine weather today. The Northern Division takes out the highest and lowest temperatures today. Lambasa was a hot 33 degrees today, while Sabu Sabu was quite cool at 28 degrees. For tomorrow, Suva and Sabu Sabu should expect some showers. Elsewhere, the weatherman is predicting fine weather. And looking beyond to next week, it should be fine. The headlines again. Water Authority of Fiji assures residents in Lautoka that water should be in their taps by tomorrow. A truck driver is in critical condition following a road accident outside Suva this afternoon. And pensioners say cost of living is increasing and they need more money. To the weekly poll question now, and we ask, is it relevant for Fiji to be part of the Pacific Island Forum? Visit our FBC website www.fbc.com.fj to take part. Remember to send us newsworthy pictures and videos. Email citizenseyes@fbc.com.fj. Until next time, Modemanda.
Hope you're enjoying the music right now on Gold FM. Only the classic hits, especially if you're spending your time at home or around the office. I certainly hope you're taking it easy and enjoying the music coming your way. Well, I got a whole lot more to keep you moving and to keep you going right up until you reach knock-off time. I'm Kara. Join me every weekday from 2 to 7 on The Ride, only on Gold FM.
Bula, I'm Wame. Join me every weekday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on The Center Show with classic hits from the 70s as well as the 80s right here on Gold FM.